Hi everybody! So as you can see by my beautiful, beautiful hat and scarf combination going on right here, it is officially cold. Okay, and I'm not happy about it. I am a Southern California girl, 100%. I think 65 degrees Fahrenheit is too cold to go outside. And so naturally I got placed in the coldest part of Spain. So says everybody. I tell them I'm going to Soria and every single person's like, oh my god, it's so cold there. And I'm looking at them like, why couldn't you have told me this before I got to Spain so I could have packed more warm clothes instead of needing to have my mom send them to me in this really complicated and expensive system. But oh well, what's done is done. And thankfully I do now have my sweaters and my scarves and my hats and my giant winter coat that I bought for school, because this week it decided, yes, we are in Soria. And now that I've officially gotten accustomed to it, I think Mother Nature was telling me, oh good, I'm going to stop being nice to the little foreign girl now, and I'm going to tell you what it's really going to be like here. So it literally went from about 65 degrees on Tuesday, which I was already sitting there like, this is cold, and everybody was telling me, girl, you ain't seen nothing yet, to Wednesday morning, I woke up to find out that the high of the day was supposed to be 42. The high of the day was 42 degrees Fahrenheit, and I am not happy with that at all. That was not my original plan. That is not what I came here for. I came here to experience a culture and have a good time and not freeze to death. But oh well. In a new country, I have to accept. That means that I'm in a new weather pattern, and I'll somehow get by. Maybe I'll survive. We'll find out. I'll keep you posted if I'm still alive. But because I'm in Soria, I thought it was only fair that I tell you what life is actually like being here in Soria, which is what everybody calls the smallest capital of Spain. So let me explain that to you, because I didn't get it at first either. So when in Spain, when you talk about the capitals, notice the plural, they aren't talking about what you might think in the United States, where they're not just talking about the capital of the country. They're also not just talking about the capitals of the provinces. So you might think, oh, well, you know, states in the United States, they have capitals. Like, come on, we have multiple capitals. Well, they're not just talking about that either. No, because Soria is in the province of Castilla y León, which is the largest in Spain. It's massive. It's like half of Spain almost is Castilla y León, and the capital is León. But Soria is still a capital. So then you're thinking, okay, well, if it's not the capital of the country and it's not the capital of the province, what is it? And what it is it's the capital of the region in the province. So kind of think of like a county in the United States. Well, here, counties also have capitals. So Soria is the capital of the region of Soria. So that is why everybody says, oh, Soria, that's a capital. But specifically, Soria is famous because everybody will tell you, oh, Soria is the smallest capital in all of Spain. So I'm like, wonderful. So it's cold and it's small. But I actually really, really like that. I mean, not the cold part. The cold part is like, I'll survive maybe. But the small part I really enjoy because I like smaller areas. I like the ability to actually see how people live in other countries, which I feel like you don't normally get if you just go to big cities where you have a lot of tourism, which is why I specifically did not want to go to Madrid or Barcelona or anywhere like that when I came to Spain. So when I got Soria, even though it was cold, I was like, okay, this is gonna be good because this is what I want. But being here, it's so different than what I expected. And I really love that. And at the same time, it drives me crazy because every day I'm thinking like, what is this? This isn't what I thought it was going to be, which is obviously exactly what I wanted it to be because I wanted to experience the real culture, but I just had this misconception in my mind. And specifically, what that conception was is that if Soria is the capital of the region of Soria, that means that it is the biggest city in all of Soria. So you would think that means that's where everybody lives. But you would be wrong. No, people come to Soria from the outside regions of Soria. So from the farms and the small villages or pueblos that they all live in. And they have apartments in Soria that they rent and they'll stay in for the work week, and then everybody goes home to their pueblos on the weekends, which is very different than what I expected. It's almost like I'm living in an entire city that's a commuter school type of a college, because here, instead of what you might expect in a lot of places where like they'll just stay here and then maybe they go visit their grandparents or something every now and then on the farm. No, everybody lives and says their home is in the pueblo. If you ask anybody, they say, no, home is my pueblo, my village. I just stay in Soria when I'm working or going to school. So even though most of the time people are in Soria, most of the time they're living in Soria, because that's 5 out of the 7 days of the week, they still say home is pueblo, because that's where they associate, you know, home is where the heart is, kind of a thing. That's where their family grew up. That's where their grandparents are. That's where they have the most fun, because it's like a vacation every single weekend to leave the city and go to where you're from. So it really is a commuter type school, because it's like all of the people who just stay in the dorms or the res halls for the week, they all go back home for the weekends. So it's very interesting in that I somehow ended up in a commuter school city, which is not what I expected, but I really do love it because it's always so quiet here. And I really, really, really appreciate the quiet. I was kind of worried, okay, well, if there are a lot of people, like, what are weekends going to be like? But no, everybody's really respectful of other people. They're really aware, and they want to make sure that everybody's having a good, safe time. And because no one's here, it's nice and quiet all the time. And if I want to sleep till noon on a Saturday, no one's going to stop me because nobody's going to wake me up. Love that. Love that. So it's really nice. But at the same time, you also have that charm that you do expect from a small city. Like, you can be walking down the street and everybody knows one another. Like, even I am starting to know all of the people that I pass by. And you say hi and you greet one another and you give each other a hug and 2 kisses, and then you keep going. And that's totally fine. You can say hi and then you continue on your way. And everybody's just happy to be there and to see other people. So I really, really do love Soria. For all of the fear that I had when I learned it was this cold, terribly cold place, I am loving it. And even now that it is getting colder, all of the people that I know and who know that I don't do well in the cold are running up to say, like, oh, are you okay? It got really cold all of a sudden. Are you all right? Hey, if you need anything, you let me know. I'll get you whatever you need. And it's so nice, you guys. So seriously, I couldn't recommend this enough. If you go to another country and you're going to live there, not just to visit, but like to spend some decent amount of time somewhere, don't go to the cities. Don't. Because you're not actually going to see what people live like in that country. I never would have guessed that people didn't see the city where they spend their time as home. So it's very, very important to go outside of the cities, to go outside of the tourist areas and try to figure out what life is actually like that you might not be hearing about where you're from. Anyways, that's all for today. Please leave a comment down below if you disagree with me completely and you think that the cities are the places to be, or if you have been to small towns and you agree with me and say that that is the way to live and to travel abroad. Until next time, bye-bye.